Good afternoon, this is GSS News, and I'm your anchor, Trisha Johnson. According to a report published in Nutrition Today, steroids like testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, corticosterols, and phytosterols are in many of our daily foods. Many people are becoming concerned about the levels of steroids in common foods, although low levels of dietary steroids shouldn't affect human physiology. But what about the long-term effects of steroid use in our foods? Hormone steroids in our foods can cause multiple problems in the human body. Some, such as early puberty in girls, increased risk for breast cancer and prostate cancer, and many, many more. Today we have two special guests, Clark Gables and Professor Woodland of Michigan State University, who our reporter Cindy Jones will be interviewing in just a moment. Clark is a local firefighter from St. Catharines, Ontario, and most recently a cancer survivor. But within his treatments and testings in the months prior, earlier checkups show that he was in perfect health only a few months before he was diagnosed. He said he always lived a very organic lifestyle, being sure to stay away from cancerous materials, and the only thing that changed was his eating habits. We now turn over to Cindy Jones with Mr. Gables. Cindy?
Thank you, Tricia. I'm here with Clark Gables to tell his side of the story. So, Clark, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I started feeling pain in my stomach, and I was always going to the bathroom back and forth, and I was just having a lot of problems, and I don't know, I really knew something was wrong when I urinated blood, and one of the doctors right away, and they told me I had prostate cancer.
What did you believe the cause was?
I really didn't know. I figured maybe it's because I eat a lot of red meat, maybe, honestly I just didn't know. But I was always in good health, so maybe it was something I was eating or drinking, so I got some food at the local grocery store, and I got it tested, and I'm talking meat, vegetables, everything. All of it came back for steroids. Small doses, but they were there.
Huh. Do you believe the steroids were put into your foods on purpose?
Oh, of course they were. Of course they were. Mass production. More product, more money, right? I went over to the court for months, but they put nothing into it. I got nothing into it. Actually, I got a few threats, but that's about it.
So how did this affect your life?
In all honesty, it hit me like a ton of bricks, you know. I never thought about anything like this happening to me. I stayed home a lot at first. I was always in a lot of pain. I was always tired from going in and out of court. I had to take a leave off work, and when the chemotherapy started, well, it was rough, you know. I mean, I hated people seeing me like that. I've always had a lot of pride in what I do, and I mean, just for people, my family really, to just see me like that, it really hurt. I mean, I was always weak, I was always tired, and I didn't know what to do, but, you know, when you go through something like that, you just gotta realize there's always more out there, eh? There's something to life, so I beat it, so.
I'll look on the brighter side. And there you have it. Back to you, Tricia.
Thank you, Cindy and Clark. Because of this man's story, GSS News decided to do a little more research on the topic. So now I bring you to Professor Woodland of Michigan State University, who is also an ex-executive employee of the Food and Drug Administration, on his thoughts about this topic. Back to you, Cindy.
Thank you, Tricia. So, Mr. Woodland, tell me how these steroids got into our food.
You see, this has been going on since the 1950s. A number of steroid hormone drugs for use in animals have been approved by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. The Food and Drug Administration approves these drugs only after extensive studies have shown that the food from the treated animals is safe for people to eat, and that the drugs do not harm the animals or the environment.
So what is your opinion on hormones and steroids in the daily foods that we do eat?
If hormones and steroids are in the food we are buying, it should be at least labeled on the package so we know what we're buying and what are we eating. It should be outlawed to sell food without informing the consumer what is in the production. These chemicals are in most of the food we are buying and consuming. This process has been going on for a long time so that farmers can make more money and have faster turnover and production of food to sell.
But what about those who consume the food?
If the cows, chickens, lambs, pigs, vegetables get bigger, faster, and weight more by being given steroids and hormones, what do you think will happen to us and our children? If we are consuming the same ingredient, we will have the same effects. And we wonder why so many Americans, including children, are overweight with health issues.
So Professor Woodland, how did these hormones actually get into our foods?
These steroids, hormone drugs, are formulated as pellets that are placed under the skin on the back side of an animal's ears. The pellets dissolve slowly under the skin and do not require removal. The ears of the treated animals are discarded at slaughter and not used for human food. Using scientific data, the FDA establishes the acceptable safe limit for hormones in meat. The safe level for human consumption is a level of drug in the meat that will be expected to have no effect in human based on extensive scientific study and review. All approved implants and products have a 0-day withdrawal. This means that the meat from the animal is safe to eat at any time after the animal is treated. No steroid hormones are approved for growth purpose in dairy cattle, veal cows, pigs, or poultry. All of these steroid hormone growth promoting drugs are available over the counter purchased in the U.S. and are generally given by the livestock producer as specific stages of an animal growth.
Thank you for your insight, Professor Woodland. Back to you, Tricia.
Wow, so now I hope everyone who is watching can keep a strong eye out there for things like these. Please, if any of you viewers have any of these same signs that Clark did, go get tested, because you might just have the same illness because of the steroids in our foods. For now, I'm Tricia Johnson. We'll have more on this topic later.